Hi, I'm Chart Gal Lori, and I'm part of the Chart Guys community. We teach technical analysis, and what I do here every day, me or my counterparts, is we go over the market. We look at crypto, cannabis, and shakers and movers, just whatever's going on in the market, we bring it to you and provide you coverage. So let me make my face a little smaller. I still have my bobo from last week's situation where I passed out, but that's a whole nother story I don't want to bore you with. So this morning we started out with looking for 4-hour lower highs on ES as the most likely scenario. We had mapped this out yesterday, the daily 26 EMA, the daily 50 EMA, and we rejected right at that 26 EMA and went down, and we got a big upper wick of profit taking bears selling in to this push up. So a higher low is not guaranteed compared to 5037.75, and we have some elevated volume to make note of. We have Apple earnings after hours, and that could change everything. It's going to be a while. I think it comes out at 2:30 my time. So I'm going ahead and doing the market recap video without Apple earnings reporting. Looking at NASDAQ had the same setup. We had mapped the daily 26 EMA, looking for a 4-hour lower high. And we're really close to that 4-hour support of 173.9925. Your next support, 173.0825. Markets were heavy today. RTY is closing green. Still big upper wick of profit taking. Has made enough room for a potential higher low compared to 1972. It's green, but I wouldn't take this chart home to mom. It's still got a lot of work to do. Dow broke this support of 37944 back on Tuesday. So Dow has been weaker than the other indices prior to this, and they got the big upper wick of profit taking as we were looking for the 4-hour lower high, and we're constantly looking for the most likely scenario. And this morning when we were looking at the market environment dossier together, we could see that it was a reverse back burner day, and we were looking for those 70 RSI overbought 5 and 15 minute during regular trading hours. That's what we were looking for. We had a lot of data intermittently dispersed through the day at 8:15. I'm trying to say it in Eastern time, 9:45, 10, 2, 2:30. We had data. So that made today a little choppier than usual, but overall we should have been leaning more bearish than bullish. And then tomorrow we have the initial jobless claims. That's the only 3-star volatility event that we have. We have lots of data, but that's the only 3-star, and then we'll have Apple earnings after that. I don't know why I mentioned it being at 30 minutes after the market close. 30 minutes after the market close tomorrow, not today. All right, now let's look at the VIX. The VIX initially held the support of 1463 and bounced, but it ended up losing it by 24 cents, and it bounced. So that's good for VIX bulls as they're bouncing from the daily 50 EMA. However, this could be a daily bear flag, and that would be good for indices if it were to roll on over. Bitcoin down almost 6% today. We're approaching oversold on the daily. It's pretty beat up. The 26 EMA on the weekly is at 53.458. Let's see if we have a stair step. We don't have a stair step. Yeah, we don't have a stair step to watch, but it's very weak, and it's just stay in reverse back burner. Look, 5-minute overbought conditions. Stay in that mindset until it stops working. Coin was green. It didn't get the memo that Bitcoin was heavy. Beautiful bounce, and now we're looking for an hourly higher low compared to today's low. Tomorrow, very healthy. Mara closed green. That's pretty healthy for Mara. We have a little support here from intraday 1563. And Riot would have none of it, weaker than its counterparts. So we're holding 965, the low of day, and then we had a after hours low of 945, but this is much weaker than Coin and Mara. Looking at the dollar, we're looking for a 4-hour lower high compared to 106.49 due to the size of this pullback. These pullbacks are just setting us up for more lower highs. And today we have a lot of algos responding. What did he say? What did he not say? What did the statement say? What did the statement not say? And then the algos try to digest it, and then overnight cooler heads prevail, and sometimes the real reaction comes the next day. So a lower low is the more likely scenario, but things can change with a curveball from folks' interpretation of what Powell said. Looking at gold, we're looking for a 4-hour lower high relative to the 50 EMA. Looks like we're rejecting there. We have enough room for a higher low compared to 22.91, but it's not promised. Oil is 4-hour oversold. Daily is approaching oversold in the 200 MA. On the next bounce, you'll be looking for an oil lower high compared to 84.46, and you've got some elevated bear volume happening here. You always got to ask yourself, what are the bulls trying to do? What are the bears trying to do? How well are they doing it? Well, the bears are trying to take it down and lose key averages. How well are they doing it? Very well. What are the bulls trying to do? Play defense? Are they doing it very well? No. So favor goes to bears. So you have to look at who's trying to do what and how well they're doing it. AMD lost the 145.29, had earnings after hours. We made a lower low while RSI made a higher high. Slight bullish divergence, but overall getting beat up pretty hard on earnings that was last night. NVIDIA, their earnings are in May, I think May 22nd or something like that. So they're not getting punished from earnings yet. They have enough room for a daily higher low compared to 782.23 and resistance 888.19. Zoom out a little bit. On the 2-week, we have a potential bull flag. SMCI, they had earnings last night and they got the ever-loving snot beat out of them. We couldn't hold 718. We held 700 psychological. The next support is 671, and we're looking for a lower high on the 4-hour compared to 94.775. Semis down almost 3% on the next bounce. You're looking for a 4-hour lower high. So semis are leading us to the downside, and that has a lot to do with AMD and SMCI's reaction to earnings. Looking at Apple, it has earnings tomorrow after hours. We have plenty of room for a daily higher low. We're holding the 12 EMA. So it'll be interesting to see how bulls defend tomorrow. Amazon had her earnings overnight and was overall favored with the earnings despite giving back a lot. We made a new high of day toward the end of day, but then gave a lot of it back into yesterday's range. So we'll see if we can hold the low of yesterday for a potential hourly long tomorrow. Microsoft closed green. It got right up to yesterday's high and was unable to get through. Big pullback. Hitting the 50 RSI. Daily inside bar. Despite all that movement today, we're still inside the prior day range. Let's see if we can get a higher low relative to 388.03. Netflix. This was a Queen of the Mountain trade. We were looking for a potential 30-minute or 4-hour. It looks the best on a 4-hour falling wedge. And we got that spike out of that potential falling wedge. I would say that's confirmed now. Now we look for a potential 30-minute lower high compared to 560.39 due to the size of this pullback. But the Queen of the Mountain trade worked. Shop, I was watching Shop for a potential Queen of the Mountain trade correlation with Amazon. That didn't quite work out. We got rejected here at the 30-minute, 200 MA in the hour, 50 MA. We got rejected. We made enough room for a higher low compared to yesterday's low. Tesla had earnings way back here on the 23rd, so a week and a day ago. They've been paying for it dearly. They're going sideways on the 4-hour. On the next bounce, you're looking for a 4-hour lower high. XBI was a Queen of the Mountain trade. We were watching this 4, 8, and or 8-hour inverse head and shoulders. We broke bull from that, and we had a 3% day. That is huge for XBI. That is a big day. So we confirmed that trend. Now we want to see it get over that 8-hour 50 MA. Now cannabis. Cannabis got snuffed out. We had volume climaxes on a lot of these names. Volume climax, and then we gave back 20%. You don't want to see that. If you want to see a little 38% retracement from the low to the high and then zoom higher and take out the prior day high. And without this changing, nothing changes, because we're waiting for these bulls to get a back burner and that mark a temporary low, and we're just not getting it. CGC. High of day 1410. Couldn't get over the high of yesterday, gave it all back, closing with a potential hourly bear flag, down 23% today. It was a vol climax and a blow off top, not what we wanted to see. ATI mushrooms, they closed well. We had some REITs that did well too, that are in the MJ space, like IIPR. MSOS, blow off top. Man, look at how it gave it back. Now, bears are going to be waiting for lower highs over here on the hourly on the next bounce. Looking for lower highs relative to the high of day. Good thing I'm almost done. My throat's given out. And Tilray, we have a potential hourly bear flag, gave back almost 19% of the move. Just gnarly. That's not what you want to see when you're positioning yourself in here for a potential gap and go. It did a non-gap and crap. It didn't even gap. I always like to cover XLF. XLF kind of closed, kind of open, and it was a little lethargic, and then the bulls woke up, took it over at the prior day high, and then brought it back down to the prior day close. So we're getting some mixed signals from XLF. And the XLV closed green, but again, gave back way too much at the end. We got rejected at the 26 EMA, and this could be a weekly bear flag on XLV and on XLF. So we need to mind our P's and watch our Q's. Thank you for joining me. Happy trading. I hope that you stayed protected today, and I will see TCGers in the room tomorrow.